guys, this is Deb with Four Seasons Crafts. How are all of you? Um, all right. Hope you guys are doing well on this Thursday. It is a warmer day here in Michigan than we have had in a while. And so yeah, so kind of liking that. So you guys, we're gonna make a couple cards. But the point of making these cards is if you are new to stamping or are looking to have a hobby or looking to find a way to maybe hang out with some people that enjoy doing what you do, virtually, maybe in person, but Stampin' Up is having a promotion to purchase product, and it is a extremely good promotion. So roughly, it says 35%, right? But if you take that plus how much you would pay, you're roughly getting 50% off. And so what I wanted to show you is all the product that you can get this month with this special. So it is to sign up as a demonstrator, right? But that can be just you being a hobby demonstrator or a discount shopper. So I'm going to show you all the product that you can get two different ways. So the special it's their 35th anniversary, so it's 35% off the starter kit. Okay, so the starter kit is $99 plus tax, free shipping, but you get $125 in product. So in the month of October, it is 35% off. So in other words, you pay, okay, I'm going to do it really quickly on my, let's see. No, I think I know. It's $66, I think, for $125 in product plus free shipping. So you can get 35% off the price of $125. So let me show you what you would get for that. Okay, so again, I'm talking about if you're a new stamper. So again, if you've been crafting for a while, you already kind of know what you need or would like. But if you're new and you're looking to take up a hobby, this is a fun one. And I'll tell you guys, they say it's very good for your mental health. It really is. And I think that's true because I think you use a lot more parts of your brain. So I'm going to bring in the product that I think you could use as a new stamper. Okay, so this is $26. So again, we're saying we get $125 worth of product, but we're only going to pay, I think it's 66, something like that. So if you take $99 time, and then take 35% off that, that's what you would pay. Okay, plus tax. So you could get this paper trimmer. You could get, and I say could because you could pick any products you want in the catalog. All right, these are just an example. And then we're going to make some cards using these products so that you can see. So you can get a pack of cardstock that has multiple colors. So Stampin' Up sells packets that are like all lemon lime twist, all crumb cake. So you could pick one of the family groups. So the one I wrote down was Brights. This is not Brights because I don't have the pack of Brights, but I have the new core colors. So that's $11. Okay, so we have our paper trimmer that we need, which is not only a trimmer, but also scoring. So that gives us the opportunity to make boxes or bags, anything like that. Okay, so we have a paper trimmer. We have some colored cardstock. Okay, but if we want to make some cards, we are going to grab some of these basic note cards, and these are $8, and you get the note cards and the envelopes. So if I am new and I am looking to start out, these are perfect, and this is the size of them. So this is one of them that we're going to use actually in our sample. So let me just show you. So this is the note card size, and here's a card I got in a swap. Okay, let me tell you who made it. This is from Diana. Just so I give her credit. So we're part of a swap group. If any of you guys are ever interested, it's for demonstrators only. So as a demonstrator, you can sign up and be part of this card swap with other demonstrators all around the world. So it's a lot of fun. So a note card and a regular card. So it is not that much different. I mean, it's, you know, it's smaller, but it's mailable, right? You can put it in the mail, but just to give you a sense. So when I say, you know, you're buying note cards, that's the size of them. So we get a whole packet of note cards, and it comes with envelopes, and you get 20. So you get 20 note cards and 20 envelopes. So that could be Christmas cards, whatever. Okay, so then we're going to need some ink. So we're going to stick with basic black for this one because that's what, you know, because we have our paper and everything else. We're going to need something to stamp. So I pulled in this heartfelt hexagon. Punches are great, and this particular one, let me just show you guys really quickly. So, and then let me show you this too. So this right here, this stamp set, it has sending you lots of love, which you could use for Valentine's Day because it has a little heart. Let's see, cake, Mr. and Mrs. So you could use it for a wedding card, a birthday card, a sympathy card, just a for you in general. So lots of different choices there. But with this punch, you can have a large hexagon shape. Let me show you. Like that. Or I can take this one and now I can cut it down even smaller. Like this. I can do another one here and even make it into something that's even a little bit smaller, or I can run it through this way in my punch. Oops, let's see if I can get this going the other way here. But you can feed it in through the side. Hopefully I can get this. Maybe I need to do it this way. But I can make it then, oh, I had this going right the other day. Let me show you guys. It was like, nope, it wasn't. Ah, here we go, like this way. This is what I wanted to show you. So I can feed this through just a little bit that way, and I get a whole different, there we go, a whole different shape. So my whole point in showing you that is with one punch, you can get lots. I didn't show you the actual, you know, then I used the real one, but you can get so many different shapes out of that one punch. So when you're new to stamping, that's one of the good things, right? That you could get. So this I just thought was very flexible. It's brand new. So that's the punch and the stamp set. So I have my ink. I have some dimensionals. So when I do create something and I want to pop it up, I would need those. I need some adhesive glue. So that's going to give me that. I need a block for my stamps. I have some twine here, linen thread, which is awesome because this gives you the flex. I mean, it's super nice, super easy to tie. You can do a bow, you can wrap it around the whole card. So just very flexible. Then, now what I wrote down here was basic white. So I just was too lazy to go over and get it in my drawer. So not the thick white cardstock. You would just get basic white that you can use for some sentiments. So I have my colored cardstock, plus I have some basic white, and then I actually can get a pack of designer series paper as well. And this is Merry, Bold, and Bright. And the thing I love about this one is, if you guys wanted to mail Christmas cards, you're covered. You got Christmas paper in there. But if you look at the other side, it's bright. It's just cheery and bright, and it would go perfect with this stamp set because this stamp set talks about let's eat cake, for you, sending lots of love. And if you look at some of these colors on the other side, you can see they're just very cheery. They would make for beautiful cards. This obviously says la la la, but the other side is polka dots. So it's kind of like one side's kind of Christmassy, except for this one, right? You could use this with anything. And then this one, of course, is striped. Oh, there we go. And then this one has like little trees. But you know what? You could take this and put that on anything and no one's going to really know. I mean, actually, they look more like little Santa hats, but no one's going to know because it almost looks like you could make it into a candle or something. And then this one, that one has trees. And that's it. So, but you can see how flexible just this pack of paper would be. So we're going to maybe use that. So that is all the things that you could get that equal $125 for all of this, but you're only going to pay 60 something. Okay, let me put it on my little sheet here. Let's do a little heavy math, okay, you guys? So 99 times 35%, right? You're going to see my let me figure this out. High math on camera here, right? Let's see. All right, so I'm going to take 34.65 off of 99, and we will get you're going to get or pay, yep, 66.35. Okay, so 66.35 plus tax. All right. And hopefully I got my numbers right there. So that's what you can get. Okay, so we're going to pay $66, but we get $125 in product. Or what you can do is pay the $99 plus tax, and you get an additional 35% in product. So that equals $168.75. So I'm going to show you what I would add to this. Okay, so if I could get that additional product, I would get some blending brushes. I would get 8 colors of ink spots for $24. And the reason I say ink spots is because you're going to get 8 colors, and then you can use these blending brushes in those ink spots until you can kind of save up, or you find the colors that you really like. But these ink spots have a lot of colors that match this paper. So I thought, oh, that's perfect. And you can use them to stamp with and everything. I failed to bring an ink spot over here with me. But you guys know, they're the little ones. And the packet is, let me show you in the catalog here real quickly. Okay, I didn't think I may have passed. Oh, they're there. So it's these, oops, right here. You get all of those for $24. So you get 8 colors, 8 ink spots. So again, new to stamping, this is a great way to get a lot of colors with little investment, right? And then you don't get a color that maybe you're like, oh, I don't know if I like that one. Okay, so you get 24 colors. You get some blue dots. And what else? So we got our brushes, and then there was like a small amount left. And so it was, these are on clearance, and it's a bunch of vellum pieces, but these fit nicely on your note cards. They would just, you would even have a little bit, but you could cut off half of them to decorate the front of your note card to make a beautiful wedding card, whatever you would like. And that would take you to $68.65. So 10 cents shy of whatever the total would be. So you guys could get all of this. And of course, you can't really see all the beautiful colors in the ink spots, but you would have 8 of those as well. So that is a lot of merchandise. So again, if you are looking at an opportunity to maybe just to have some people you can craft with online or share ideas, or just looking to come up with a hobby, that would be, this would be a great time to make that investment, because it is such a great deal. It really is. So that's what I wanted to share with you as far as the product and the opportunity, just to become a discount shopper or a demonstrator if you're looking to have just a little side gig that maybe supports your creative habit. this is certainly one to consider. All right, so you guys, we are going to make some cards. All right, so I'm going to show you a card using our products for the for $68, and then I'm going to show you another card using some of the other products that we added later on. All right, I'm going to removing the stickies as we go, right? Okay, so here we go. So we are going to start with our note card that we have here. Okay, so we're going to use this as our card base. And I'm going to try really hard not to use anything except what I told you. Okay. So we'll see how that works, how that plays out. All right, so first of all, I'm going to figure out what I want on the front of my card. And I think in this case, I'm going to use a piece of designer series paper. And I think I will use this. I hope your day is filled with joy, because that can be many different things, right? I almost look at this too, to be super honest with you, as it could be a Christmas card, because joy, right? Joy goes with Christmas. So that's what we're doing. So we are going to take a piece of our light bulb paper here, which I love. This is absolutely beautiful. Love the colored dots on the other side as well. Okay, so this card, we're going to measure it, and we're just going to use our trimmer to do that. So this is 3.5 by, I think it's 5. Yep, 3.5 by 5. So I'm going to cut a piece of paper that is 3.25. Actually, I'm going to, yeah, I'll do 3.25. Okay. So we'll do 3.25. And then it was 5, so I'm just going to take a 1/4 inch off. So it's going to be 4.75. Okay. Now this is the piece that's going to go, oops, on my card base. But I think what I'm going to do is take another piece of cardstock and layer this. So we just get a little bit more color for our card. So I am going to, let me look at my stash over here. I think I have a piece of, so if I were to get the Brights, right, if I were to choose the Brights paper, I would get a piece of Poppy Parade. So I am going to cut a piece that is 4 7/8. All right, so my card is 5. This is 4.75. So I'm going to go 4 7/8. So right, oops, get that right up there at 4 7/8. And then I'm going to turn it. And again, it was 3.5. This is 3.25. So I'm doing this a little backwards, sorry. So I'm going to do 3 3/8, all right? So I'm just giving myself a thin border around everything. And I'm going to get a piece that looks like that. So if you guys can see now, when I layer it, it's going to look like this. But now let's just do one more thing. Well, maybe, let's see. Maybe we'll just cut it, cut this in half. How about that? So we'll take this, not do it completely in half, but we'll just find a place that we think, oh, you know, that looks good. And we're just gonna pop that right down the middle. Okay, we'll move this out of the way. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our lights up top, and we're gonna turn the bottom so that we see all the pretty dots here. Okay, so that's what we're going to kind of get a look at right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our adhesive. And I am looking for my, oh, there it is. So you guys can see how you can make some beautiful cards literally just with paper. And I probably, you know, you could literally, I think I maybe should have just taken the whole piece with just the light bulbs, because honestly, that was pretty all by itself. I kind of like that. Okay, so we're just going to layer this down at the bottom. And again, giving ourselves that little bit of a margin because that's, it should be even. Oops, all the way around here. And then we're going to take our light bulb piece. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to glue it on and just make sure our margins are pretty much the same. If it overlaps just a little bit in the middle, totally fine. So we will add a little color here. And put that right there. There we go. So I don't know if you guys have a lot of trees around your home. We do here, and we are getting pelted, to say the least, with lots and lots of leaves everywhere. All right. So again, with our set that was $66, right? We had our we just had black ink again, which is totally good. So we're going to type a greeting, and again, we're going to use that hope your day is filled with joy. And I love this set too. You guys see it's got a little heart and leaves and a little flower and another flower. I mean, just, you could do so many things with this set here. So our first card's just super simple. All right. But beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Now I'm going to be punching this out. So I am going to put it right here on the end. Oops, make sure you guys can see this. All right. And we'll see how well. All right. Oh, I love it. Okay. Now, one of the things that normally you would have in your arsenal of crafting supplies is some sort of scrubber or sham or whatever, right? We didn't include that. So what I would do, because I don't have one of those things, if I'm a brand new stamper, you can take just a wet cloth, like a microfiber cloth, just wet it a little bit and then rub the ink right off, okay? And it's going to be perfectly fine. I think I actually have one. You can also take a wipe. So if you have baby wipes, if you keep those around, don't use Clorox bleach or anything like that. But if you use, let me show you. So I got these on clearance with my groceries. So I'm going to pull one of those in, okay? And again, if you don't, you can use a paper towel or whatever. Sure, I just thought, oh no, did I accidentally? So I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to rub this over my stamp, and then I can take this microfiber and just rub that over and clean my stamp right off. Look at that, brand new. Now, if you guys do get red ink or one of the really deeper colors, they do have a tendency to stain your stamp, and it's just the way it is. It's not anything that you are doing or anything like that. Photopolymer, these types of stamps, not the rubberized ones, they have little teeny holes that you don't even see. But what happens is ink fills those holes. And it's just the way that they're processed. And so that's what causes them to stain. If you don't like the staining look, you can get some Versamark and take your stamp and stamp it in Versamark and then stamp it on paper. Do that a couple times. And then the pores fill up with that clear ink. Then when you go to stamp in a red or something, it doesn't stain them nearly as much as a really dark color. So just a little tip there for you. Okay, so now we're going to pull in our punch, and we're going to punch out our greeting here. We're just going to line it right up until we get it exactly like we want all the way around, because I definitely stamped that crooked. And there we go. Now, that looks very nice just like that. But if you remember, one of the things we had in our collection was our cardstock, right? Because we used the some of the Poppy Parade. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you guys another little trick. We're going to take this Poppy Parade and we are going to punch out one of these. Now, I'm using a pair of scissors. I'm not going to use Stampin' Up! Scissors. I'm just going to use another pair that I have because everybody has scissors in their house, right? Or at least most of us have scissors. So what I'm going to do is take this punch, and here's another nice little trick you can do, is cut that right in half. Because remember, if I were to glue this on the back, it would just cover it up, right? Because they're the same size. But I can trim that, and now I can do this right here. And now I'm going to get something that looks a little like a border. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to glue those down. And then we're going to pop it up on some dimensionals here. So we're just going to put those two on the edges. Let me move this in here. So I'm just going to take it and slide it until I get the thickness that I like. And get it to line up. So you want it to be lined up, obviously, down at the bottom and down at the top, right? And, oops, there we go. And then we'll do the other side. Anyhow, the other thing, you guys, I want to mention that you get when you join Stampin' Up! This time, you also get free admission, $77. I just paid that, $77. I paid that a while ago, actually, to join the on stage. And you guys get to go automatically. I mean, that's an awesome, I can't even begin to tell you. I think that is a great deal because you're going to learn a lot about Stampin' Up! And it's free. You don't even pay for that as well. So for $64, you're getting 125 plus 77, plus you get a paper pumpkin in there. That's another $23, I think. All right. So great deals. So now I can pop this up on dimensionals. Now, before I do that, I am going to also bring in some of my linen thread because I bought that in my kit, and I am going to open it up. And at least I think I am. I think I am. Did I get it right? Yeah, there we go. And I'm just going to, because I haven't put this on my card yet, I'm going to just wrap it around and tie a bow. And this is just going to add a little more to my card. Now, you could totally skip this step. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys something else too. So when I first started stamping, I used to think, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to wrap it all the way around my card. I'm going to run out. You know, it takes a lot to run out. I just want to tell you guys all that right now. So if you're thinking, oh, that's not, it's amazing how much you get in product. And I can honestly say one time I thought, okay, you know, I'm gonna make as many cards as I can out of a stack of paper and just see if I'm really gonna get a lot out of it. And I will tell you guys, I had so much product left over. It just wasn't even funny. I still had 2 or 3 sheets, and I think I did 4 scrapbooking pages and I don't know, 40 cards, and I still had designer paper left. So if you ever think that you're going to run out, I can share with you that you're probably not. Scrapbooking does take a lot more of your cardstock if you're a scrapbooker, which I love to scrapbook, and I don't do enough of it. Okay, so all I did was I did my ribbon around my card, and then now I'm just layering this, gluing it right on top. There we go. And now I'm going to take my nice greeting here, and I'm going to put this up on some of those nice dimensionals that we had in our kit. So right here, so these right here, I'm just taking a sheet that I already have open, and I'm going to now put those on the back. And then I will, then we'll go ahead and we'll pop this right down on our card. So super duper easy. Okie dokie. Here we go. So I'm going to move my twine out of the way, and I'm going to put this kind of right on that same line. And now this can kind of float over. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And you just think of all the combinations you can do, guys, with all that paper, because this one's kind of Christmassy. We could do birthdays. So we're going to do another one real quickly, and then we'll be done. So let me show you another card that you can make with our kit supplies that we have here. All right. So let's find a different color paper. So we're going to use another note card because that's what, actually, you know what? Let's not. Let's use a card base. Okay. So now we're going to use some of our other supplies, right? Because now the first one was if you spend 66, right? So now we're going to say that we only spent 99, but we got $166 worth of product, or $168 in product. So let's see how we could maybe step this card up. And I'm going to use a different paper. And we'll use this one right here. So fun and festive, right? Look at all those beautiful colors. Okay, so first I need a card base. Okay, so because we had our note cards that we used to make this card, but we do have all this cardstock. So we are going to take a piece of cardstock, and we are going to need one that's 5.5 by 8. 5.5 by 8.5. All right. So this is 5.5, and this is 8.5, and we are going to score it at 4.25. So the nice thing about the products that, I put in our sample kit, again, sample, because you guys can choose anything you want. We can make these card bases, right? And we're just going to use our fingers there because we don't have a bone folder yet. So this is our card. Let me just again show you the difference in the size, right? So this is a regular card. This is a note card, but again, just as beautiful. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to take a piece of the white cardstock that we have, and I have a piece already out, and I'm going to cut this a little bit, okay? And I think I'm going to cut it in we'll say 2.5 inch strip here. 2.5, and we're going to say 5.5. All right, so we're going to make it the kind of the length of our card here. And then let's use I'm going to move this piece of paper because I'm not quite ready for it yet. All right, so I'm going to take this one and I'm going to use a blending brush because this, of course, we got in our kit. Now, we would have ink spots with all the colors that we have. And you guys, I just don't have any ink spots right here, but it's the same concept, right? I have a little ink spot, and I'm going to take my brush. I'm going to use it kind of like an ink spot. Okay, just use the corner here. And I'm going to need a piece of paper. So again, any old scrap piece of paper, copy paper, you could put underneath your card here. Okay, so just think of anything scrap that you have, because we're going to use a blending brush, so we don't want We don't want to get ink on our surface. So I'm going to take my blending brush and I'm just going to tap it in my ink spot, okay? Because my ink spot's really small. And then I'm going to go over here on my paper and just kind of rub a little bit. And now I'm just going to rub around the edges here of my piece of cardstock. My little brush marker might be a little bit, oops, put it right in the corner there. And I'm just going to go around. I have no idea what this is going to look like. So, you know what, guys, we'll just kind of play it by ear. All right, so there we go. Just a little bit of color that we can add around our, so we'll see what this looks like. I don't know. We might have to, I don't know. That might be okay. We'll see. We'll see, right? Okay, so I'm going to take that and put it over there. Now we're going to cut a piece of this beautiful cherry paper, okay? And I'm going to want as many colors as I can get. So I'm going to cut the strip this way, all right? And we're just going to kind of plant that right on top of our blended piece here. So I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and that was what, 2.5 inches. So we'll go 2.25, okay? So we're going to go 2.25 inches, and then we're going to do it as 5.5, I think, too. Well, maybe let's try, well, let's do 5.5. And if we don't like 5.5, then we will make it 5.25. Okay, so we're going to start with 5.5 because just in case, depending on what we want it to look like here. So now we're going to see. So I'm going to see if I have this piece of white. It's got a little bit of that green on the edges. And now I can put it here on my card like that. And let's take a look and see. Do we like it? I think it is going to work. Okay, so this time we're going to go ahead and glue this down. And I'm thinking we might do something else to our card base here. I'm not quite sure yet. By the way, the Granny Apple Green I used comes in those ink spots that I was telling you about. So the color is valid as far as, you know, if you stick with my the little set that we came up with here. But again, I cannot stress enough, you guys can pick when you order your kit anything you want. There is no limit at all to what you can. I mean, there's a limit, right? But you can pick anything. You could pick all clearance rack items if you wanted to. Totally up to you. And if you're thinking truly, I don't want to sound too like salesy, but even Christmas, if you know a crafter, this would be a perfect time, right? You're buying stuff at 50% off. You're getting it now. And then if you do need something else, you're going to get that 20% discount right off the bat. Plus, you get to go to the conference for free. I mean, you know, you can't beat it. Okay, I'm going to glue this down. And then we're going to stamp our greeting. And I'll show you another little trick. So one of the other items that I did put in this kit as well, when I was trying to figure out what the best pricing was, I did have some embellishments in there, but I couldn't, I thought with everything else, it was really hard to get, and I'm just going to show them to you guys. So it was really hard to get these kind of in the mix, but these are absolutely gorgeous, and they're super flat, so they're easy to mail. So you might find, oh, I'd rather have these than the twine, right? The linen thread. So those are the decisions, you know, you can make on your own when you decide what you want to get. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I can get another punch out of here. And let me rip this off here and see We can get something in there. Oh, yep, we can. All right. So I need to mark this just, okay. We're gonna try it. Save our paper, right? Okay, so I'm gonna try to get right in the middle here. We'll see if we can do it. All right, so we are ready for our greeting on our card. And on this one, let's do let's eat cake. I like that one. Only we're going to put it in a nice, one of these super cool borders. So I don't know if you guys noticed that or not, but on the cover, there's these two cool looking borders that you can add as well. So then it punches right around it. So again, I have all these different colors that I can use because they're in my ink spots. So what you would do, I should just go grab an ink spot. Let me go. Now that I opened this one, let me go. Trying to think if I see him over there. Hi, guys. Good to see. Okay, hold on one second. Let me go grab one real quickly. I think I have one over here. I do. I have some. Let me just show you. I think I store most of my ink spots downstairs. But I just want to show you guys what one looks like. Okay, so this is an ink spot. So what I would do is I would take this and I would tap it all the way around my image, and then I only detach it on one side, right? Not on both, because then the lid never falls off and it's easier. It kind of gives you something else to hold on to. So, all right, so I'm not going to use Mossy Meadow because I'm not sure what that would even look like. All right, so we're going to go back to our Poppy Parade. But you guys get the gist. You'll also see a little bit here how this is about to stain this stamp because I have not used this yet and I'm dipping it in red. So, all right, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right here on my paper. And see, I'm still in camera there. Ta-da! So there you have it. So this one I'm going to clean real quickly here just to get as much of that off as I possibly can. And then again, it's because we don't have our little scrubby, but you just wipe that off with a wipe and then with a microfiber, and then it's nice and clean. But you can, hopefully you guys can you guys see that? Like it's just a little bit of a ring of red, and that's just par for the course, right? It's just the way the ink stains the stamp. But again, it absolutely does nothing to the stamp. So if you're like, oh, you know, it doesn't ruin it at all. If anything, sometimes your stamps can get just a little dirty, but if you take an alcohol wipe and rub over top of it, that will totally clear that up for you. Okay, so now we're going to come back to our black, and we are now going to put Let's Eat Cake right in the middle of our border here. So we'll see. I laugh, you guys, because sometimes I cannot get things lined up. I put lines in my daytimer every week, and invariably, no lie, if I try to do it like without measuring, it's all crooked. It is. It's just everything's leaning sideways. So, which should tell you I should automatically put everything sideways, right? And then it might be straight. So, all right. Ta-da! So there we have it. So we'll cover this up. So again, if I get the bigger kit, I'm going to have more colors to choose from. But again, you know, you guys saw on the other card, I thought it was absolutely beautiful, and we only had the one color. So now I'm going to line this up to get it punched out so I get the nice border. And there we go. I can take this and I'm going to pop it on my card, and I'm going to do the same thing as I did before. I'm going to take a piece of the Poppy Parade and I'm going to punch that out again, just like I did here, only I'm going to do it just slightly differently. So I'm going to show you guys a new way. Not a new way, just another way to... So now, instead of cutting it, I actually can just do a little bit of a border like that. So it's just poking out the top or poking out the bottom, or I could do the side. So you guys get the idea, right? Just pick one that you like. I have a little notch down here because that was just totally due to me trying to squeeze a little more out of my paper than I probably should have. So I am just going to put some adhesive here. And then go right like that. And once that is nice and glued down, then I'm going to put some dimensionals on there. And again, when you guys get to this part, like where you have the border, don't throw it away. Just take and rip that right off. It's all sticky and no one sees it. No one is looking under your card unless they're like, how did she do that? How did she get that to pop up? Then they might look, but then, you know, they're not going to know. I mean, they're not going to be able to see it, right? It's all magic. Just kidding. It's not magic. All right, here we go. So I'm going to just take these off. And then we will, all right. So anyhow, if you guys are interested in joining Stampin' Up, I would truly love to have the opportunity for you to be on my team. I just started team meetings, and I am actually moving them to Zoom. I've made that kind of decision for the next one that we do here in November, so that then it'll be just a little bit nicer, a little bit easier. See who can join. You know, people are busy, right? But that'll be fun. All right. So anyhow, I would love to have you part of the team. And if you do, you can go to shop 4 Seasons Crafts. So it's shop and then the number 4 seasonscrafts.com. And that will take you to my website. You can also go to my blog, which is 4seasonscrafts.com, www.4seasonscrafts.com. And then there's a link up top, I think, that says like join my team or something like that. And then there's a link there that will take you just back over to my online store. So either one, but would really love it if you guys are thinking about it, or if you have any questions, or if I can answer any questions for you, would love to do that. Okay, so this time I just doubled up the linen thread, and now I'm just going to tie a bow. So same kind of concept here that we did before, only before we wrapped it around our card. And this time we're not going to wrap it around our card. We are just making a bow. All right. And then all I'm going to do is, again, I'm just going to cut the tails here and then cut through that loop. And now I can put this little guy right on here. And one of my items that I got was my glue dots. And so now I can take a mini glue dot and put this right here. Now, if you guys don't have, if you'd be like, you know, I don't think I really need those glue dots, then, you know, you can get some embellishments or something, or another Winkestella or something like that. So, but this is just a little piece, a little round thing of glue. I could take this too and just put a little dab and then set it on the card. It's just the glue dots truly are, I don't know, I like them so much more because it just sticks, right? And there's no mess and there's nothing oozing out. But I love liquid glue, don't get me wrong. So there you go. And again, I don't have, I guess I should have shown you how we could put some vellum on here, but I didn't. But you could. You could have taken a piece of vellum and maybe covered this up if you wanted, or put a piece of vellum on the back. So lots of different choices. We didn't do anything with the inside, but we could take a piece of white cardstock and we could decorate that on the inside, and then that would be the end of our card. But we just made two out of all of our supplies. But you guys could do, again, I mean, you're gonna get a lot of different colored cardstock that you can make cards with. And again, the stamp set is very versatile. If you just think about all the cards you need, I don't know, we need a lot of thank yous and sympathies. And this would give you a good amount. Obviously there's no thank you in this one, but you could use for you. You could use gift tags with this set. You know, you could do that too. So we'll have to do more of that. But I think that's it, you guys. I think that was a lot. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, have a great night. And we will hopefully see you Saturday. So Saturday is the day that I normally, that we do our lives, right? Saturday, normally it's at 7, Saturday at 7, but it seems to run into 8 o'clock. And I have to mow the grass this weekend with my husband. Our son normally does it, but he is away. And so this will be fun. I've done it before. It's not that, I think I can manage, but it's just kind of funny. All right. Thanks you guys for joining. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.